Alright guys, welcome back to the channel, welcome to another video here with another should you summon, this time for the TEQ Kale and Caulifla that do fuse into SSJ to Kefla. Now as always, with my should you summons, it's not to tell you what you should do with your stones, because at the end of the day, Dokkan Battle is a single player game. You can spend your stones wherever you choose. My should you summons are typically just for you to weigh out the pros and cons and for you to make a decision at the end of the day. So as always, do let me know down in the comments, are you going to be summoning on the TEQ Kale and Caulifla banner? You have summoned already, do let me know how your pulls have gone. Have you got what you wanted? Have you got them? If not, still let me know how they went. But yeah, of course, they dropped this morning, along with the fact that we are missing some content. The Easy A for SSJ to Kefla, which would have gone great with these two. And also the easy area for the Universe 6 units, which is an SSJ Kaba, the SSJ to Kale and Caulifla. So yeah, maybe in a couple weeks I'll be doing a should you summon for an LR Future Gohan. That'll be both on Global and JP, who knows. But more importantly, the TEQ Kale and Caulifla. I've already said before, I mean, we've already gone through their kit a few times now. We're going to go through it again just for the sake of the video. They are a pretty good unit. They are they're a better version of the strength one, even though I really do not like the strength Kefla, essentially. But they're very similar to the strength Kefla, who, as I said, I really don't like. But yeah, they do offer the Bond of Friendship leader skill into the game, so I'll quickly go through that to show you what you can run on the team if you do decide to pull for them. So I mean, immediately you got some very good units. You've got one of the best units in the entire game. Oh, cool. I didn't realize if you highlighted LRs with the animations on the card preview, they would do this. Not that it matters, but you have one of the best units in the game in LR UI Goku. Gums is still a good unit. Of course, you've got LR Kale and Caulifla, who you could run with these two. The strength one, if you want to use that one as well, even though I probably wouldn't. I would say SSJ2 Easy A, or Easy A SSJ2 Fizz Kefla, but that isn't a thing right now on Global. SSJ4 is still very good. We've got the Ints, LR SSJ Goku from 350 mil. Got Goku's a solid unit. LR UI Goku, the strength one, still nice. I mean, it's a solid category. There's a hell of a lot of Goku units. And of course, Kale and Caulifla units. I'm guessing the AGL, okay, yeah, they're here, and also the free-to-play ones aren't getting their easy age yet as well, so that kind of leaves out a few extra units that will probably go on this category also. I mean, it's a solid category. I mean, primarily because of the fact it's made up of Goku units, and a lot of the very good Goku units at that. But yeah, I mean, it's a solid category. It's got some very, very good units on that, on this category, so I mean, if you do pull them, it's a pretty good team to have. And of course, in future, eventually, whenever it may be, because Dokkan are quite slow at this, whenever they eventually drop SBR, ESBR stages for the category called again, Bond of Friendship category, you'd have them to do that. Even though it looks like it'll be quite easy to have alternatives to that category, and also eventually, probably Vegeta category missions, or maybe by then Frieza category missions. Who knows? Dokkan takes a while, but also a rapid growth leader. So if you are missing the strength Kefla, of course, will be a very good alternative, giving Ki plus 3 HP plus 130% and attack and defense plus 170. On super attack, they do stack attack and defense by 20%, so immediately can be very good and very useful in the GT Goku event, and also sometime soon, probably over the next few months going into the new year, eventually the GT Vegeta event, and they will be great in the not GT Vegeta event, just the legendary Vegeta event, and then they'll be very good there as well, because SSB at the end is an AGL type, so someone who stacks and also has type advantage is going to be huge there. By the way, I've heard Vegeta lowers, I think it's attack and defense. It might be both, I can't remember off the top of my head. If it is both or just like defense, do let me know down in the comments, but I think it's both. The passive is nice, attack defense plus 160, very good. Launches an additional attack, there's a medium chance of becoming a super attack. So they have built an additional, it's not the highest chances, but they do have a built-in additional, which kind of helps, stack attack and defense a bit quicker. If it does become a super attack. Plus additional attack and defense plus 6% with each attack performed, up to 60, so attack 10 times. You get an extra 60% on top of the attack and defense plus 160 you already get. And stacking 20% every time you super. Then plus an additional attack plus 60% when attacking if there is a Universe Survival Saga category enemy. So this is nice. All in all, should be putting out some very good numbers. This Universe Survival Saga category bit is just incredibly specific. So Universe Survival Saga enemies, I mean, in terms of the enemies on here, it depends what you're doing. It's very specific. Like, there's a wide range of enemies, but it depends what you're doing. And most of the time where they're going to be coming in handy is, of course, you're going to want to use them in Goku event, eventually Vegeta event. So yes, they will apply there, which is great. They'll do well in the Goku event. When the Vegeta event drops, they'll do well as there as well. Depending on the category mission that you do in, or the category stage in SBR and ESBR, depends on where they take advantage. Of course, Universe Survival Saga units are all of Reps Universe 7, Universe 6 units, Jiren, all of those ones. So it all depends what you're doing. It's not as restrictive, as other kind of conditions on passives, but it's, you are limited. It's definitely not a bad one. It's definitely not a bad one. But in terms of the actual banner, now, actually, no, we need to go through when they fuse. Okay, that would be a good idea. That'd be a good idea. So after they fuse into Kefla, they stack attack by 30%. They don't stack attack and defense. They just stack attack. But what is nice about them is that they are just like the Strength Goku and Vegeta and the TEQ Goku and Vegeta. Their fusion is an active skill, so you can choose when you do that, or if you even decide to fuse them. So, if you're going for the GT Goku event, maybe you've got them fully built up to where you want them to, then you fuse them. Or maybe you don't have them built up, or maybe you don't want to, you don't want to get rid of the fact that you may, you lose the fact you stack defense. So maybe you don't fuse them at all. Entirely up to you. But the special fusion conditions are Performance Potara fusion can be activated starting from the 6th turn, from the start of battle, once only, of course. The entire kind of kit for these two, this is the only part that kind of lets them down. 6 turns is kind of deep. I think 4th turn most, or max. 6th turn is a little bit deep. In the Goku event, sure, fine, you're going to get transformations off all the time in that because it is a longer event. SBR, ESBR, anything else you do, it's a little bit longer. So maybe 4th, would have been a lot better, but 6th turn is a little bit too long, but it is what it is. Their link skills as well are quite nice. Same lineage, same warrior race. Battlefield Diva is an okay one. There's also Warriors Universe 6, which is very easy to link on a Universe 16, but only gives key. There's also a Tournament of Power, Prepared for Battle, and Fierce Battle. So quite a few key links in there. So I mean, there you go. I mean, even if you're not running them with other Kale and Caulifla units, if you do get a few of these links off, the majority of them are key links. You do go on TEQ Kale, so another huge boost for them, especially because now you have them. Eventually, whenever this may be, the Easy A for SSJ2 Fizz Kefla, the Easy Area Super Saiyan 2 Kale and Caulifla, again, eventually whenever they decide to drop them. You have the LR Kale and Caulifla. There's also the Strength Kefla. You can pretty much almost do, or can you do, TEQ Kale and Caulifla. You have the Easy A, AGL, and Fizz Kefla and Kale. You also have the Strength Kefla. You also have the LR Kale and Caulifla. Yeah, you can actually do a full Kale and Caulifla / Kefla team if you really wanted on TEQ Kales now. Universe Survival Saga, they'll do well on there. Potara, they wouldn't be a bad option. I just don't know if you would actually run them on there. I mean, maybe, again, if the SSJ2 Fizz Kefla was out now, then maybe. Pure Saiyans, I mean, that's when Super Vegeta drops, that's literally the best category in the game. And you have a plethora of units to be running that team. Full Power, Universe 6, of course, they're going to be a major unit on there. Join Forces, Super Saiyan 2, Final Trump Card, Rapid Growth, of course, they're also Elite Sub-Leader for, or also just a Leader for. Time Limit, Bond of Friendship, Accelerate Battle. They're on a lot of very good categories. And then when they fuse into Super Saiyan 2 Kefla, as I said, they stack attack on Super by 30%. No more attack and defense, just attack. They recover 60% HP once only, which is going to be very handy for saving items in the harder events. Again, especially GT Goku event and then eventually the Vegeta event. Attack and defense plus 160. Launches an additional attack that has a medium chance of becoming a super attack. High chance, which is a 50% chance to evade enemies' attack, including super attack. Unlike the Strength Kefla, you don't need 6 orbs to do so, which is one of the reasons why I dislike her, because even though I get 6+ orbs, whatever it is, 6, 7+ orbs, I think it's 6. She doesn't evade. For some reason, I'm just that unlucky, but you do have a high chance to evade, which is nice. Plus an additional attack and defense plus 60% when attacking, which is nice on top of the fact that you've been stacking the whole time before fusing, and you continue to stack attack after you fuse. And then an additional, sorry, not this, yeah, plus an additional attack plus 60% on top of all that when attacking with 6 or more key spheres obtained. And then they gain Fused Fighter, and they gain Power Bestowed by God. So, I mean, if you do decide to run her on Final Trump Card, Time Limit, all those type of ones, Para, she'll link quite well with some Vegito units if need be. So yeah, a pretty decent unit, a pretty solid unit nonetheless. Universe 6 gets a nice buff in this celebration, especially with Easy A Hit, who of course is also on this banner. But let's break down the banner. Of course, we do have Kaba, who, again, we've also kind of gone through. Because he is a new unit, we will quickly go through him. He doesn't have a too bad of a kit. Like, he does stack as well, which is, you know, for me, stack and attack in the Goku event isn't as important as defense, but it is a lot of fun, especially when you have type advantage. No, type advantage, sorry. So he would be able to deal a decent amount of damage to Goku. It's just, he's not a bad unit. It's just the way he's built isn't great, as you can see here. It isn't amazing, but he's not a bad unit. But of course, he's not going to be kind of your main goal on this banner. It's going to be these two. But then of course, the remainder of the banner, you have Strength for Dell, who's probably one of the best units in the game, or, you know, almost within that top 10 range, or top 10 in terms of, you know, Dokkanfest. She's very, very good. While she is very restricted and very limited, again, she's still very, very good. Of course, you have Gogeta. If you don't have Gogeta, now would be a good time to probably pick him up, potentially with coins. If you do have coins, you can pick him up with coins. Rather than summoning if you are thinking about skipping this banner, so there is that. If you do have him and you are going to be summoning, I'm not gonna lie, dupes in this guy wouldn't be too bad. It's not that he's bad now, he's aged a little bit, but I think with everything new coming out, he's kind of fallen to the wayside, but he's definitely not a bad unit, so I do think dupes will give him a nice little pick-me-up. And there's also the Strength Kefla, who, he's alright. I mean, not highly valuable. You have the Tech Hit, who, if you've either been super unlucky or slightly newer to Dokkan, so you haven't really pulled this guy. As I said, he has one of the best Easy A's in the entire game, so if you pull him off this banner, again, if you have coins, you might want to pick him up if you don't have him. Also, if you're summoning now, after his Easy A, or eventually when his Easy A does drop, so within this celebration, now that he's getting his Easy A, which again is one of the best in the entire game, he's a very valuable unit. Then you have SSBK, who, if you already have him, dupes will be valuable for him, because with free dupe, he's okay. He's a glass cannon. He's okay, but he needs dupes. Whereas SSJ4 Gogeta is, you know, dupes would be useful, but he's good in free dupe. Where SSBK is, he needs dupes now. So in terms of the overall banner, I mean, it's okay value. The TEQ Kale Caulifla, you know, you have Videl, while restrictive and limited, that's kind of what lets her down, but still a very good unit. SSJ4 Gogeta. Hit now that he has his Easy A, but depending on when you started playing the game or how your RNG's gone in the last couple years, depends on where you're sitting on dupes with him, or if you even have him at all, or if you know it, you probably don't even have him. And SSBK is okay, and if you already have him, you're going to need dupes. So in terms of this banner, I mean, there is discounts. You have 25, 30, and 45. So I mean, I would say, or, you know, first off, I would say don't forget, even though we don't know the order of how they're going to be doing things, especially with, you know, removing some of the content from this celebration, and there potentially not being any LR Goku in hit in this celebration, and potentially there might be dropping a LR Future Gohan on both Global and JP, you might want to, if you're thinking about something in this banner, you might not want to spend all your stones on this banner, or just take advantage of the discounts if you're kind of, you know, thinking about doing it. You know, altogether, you're spending 55, you're spending 100 stones for a full rotation, a full round. So yeah, I mean, maybe you could do a full rotation and then call it quits. If you do really want these, I mean, by all means, go for it. But in terms of their banner, it's okay value. It isn't the greatest. As I said, you've got them themselves for Dell, but she's very restricted and limited. Gogeta, now hit. These two, nah, and Kaba's a bit meh as well. So, I mean, yeah, I mean, I said, if you are thinking about it, maybe just go a full rotation. If you really do want them, by all means, go for it. But don't forget, we don't know what Dokkan's doing now on the global side. Super Vegeta is still yet to come, who's one of the best TURs in the entire game. Pure Saiyans then becomes the best category in the entire game. Also, Super Janemba, we don't know when he's going to drop at this point. LR Goku in hit, it's a 50-50, it's a coin toss now whether they're going to be in this celebration in the part 2, or we are going to get an LR Future Gohan more than likely shared with JP. So you might want to save some stones just in case that does happen. And as I said, there's also Janemba yet to come as well. So, as I said, I'd probably highly suggest maybe you do a one and done rotation and then just leave it if you do want to summon on the banner. But as I said, these videos are to kind of help you rather than tell you what to do. So as I said, if you do decide to summon on this banner, do let me know if you do so. If you have summoned already, do let me know how your luck's gone. Did you pull what you want? Did you not? Regardless, let me know. I'll see you next video, guys, and peace.